It's finally Zapdos Day, but while we're waiting for Team Instinct's legendary bird to start showing up, I have some things I need to get done today. Breakfast? Check. Haircut? Check. Laundry? Check. Upgrade camera? Big check. I'm so excited about that one because you guys know this camera has issues with overheating. It's hot in Japan right now. I don't want this overheating while I'm over there. On top of that, my mic, you've probably noticed, has been a little noisy in some recent videos. It's just falling apart, so it's time to upgrade the setup, which also means I'll be able to shoot in 4K. I don't know if I'm going to be editing in 4K quite yet, but I like having that flexibility. Now, it's about 2 o'clock. We're expecting Zapdos raids to start around 4 o'clock because that's what time Moltres raid started. So, while we wait, let's talk about Zapdos. Let's talk about what you need to know, how to beat it, what it's good for, and let me tell you, it's probably the best legendary bird. Not only because it's my team's legendary bird, let's get that hair off of me, but also because it's going to be the best electric type attacker that we have in the game right now. It's definitely tankier than Jolteon, it's going to have better survivability, better DPS, at least until Raikou comes out, which is a legendary dog from 2nd generation. But who knows when that's going to be. We haven't had any mention of the dogs yet. So to start, Zapdos is going to have the highest CP of any of the legendary birds as a raid boss. It's going to be about 42,691. Exactly 42,691. Now, a perfect IV Zapdos is going to be 1902. So 1902 is the magic number that you're looking for as you're catching your Zapdos. 1820 is going to be the low end, so the closer to 1800, the worse it is. The closer to 1900, the better its IVs are going to be. Also, I just want to add, because I forgot when I was recording this earlier, Zapdos' best moveset is Charge Beam and Zap Cannon, followed by Charge Beam Thunderbolt, and lastly, Charge Beam Thunder. And the difference in DPS between the three movesets is actually pretty small. We're talking less than 10%, but still, Charge Beam Zap Cannon is going to be your highest DPS moveset on Zapdos. And as for counters, we see a lot of the same Pokemon that we've seen for previous legendary birds. Golem with Rock Throw Stone Edge is still the best, even though Zapdos doesn't have a double weakness to Rock. Zapdos does have only Electric type moves, which are going to deal about 50% damage to Golem because Ground is immune to Electric. And luckily, if you don't live in a desert biome where Geodude is common, you might have Piloswine, which spawns in the colder northern regions, and Piloswine is actually a really good Zapdos counter as well. Again, it's Ground type, so it takes 50% damage from Zapdos' attacks, and its Ice type attacks are super effective against Zapdos. So Ice Shard and Avalanche is your best moveset on Piloswine. Icy Wind and Avalanche is also good. As long as you have double ice moves on your Piloswine, it's going to be a pretty good Zapdos counter. You can also use the Bite Stone Edge Tyranitar that you've been using for previous raids. It's not going to resist electric type attacks, but it is going to deal a solid amount of damage to Zapdos. And Dragonite is also going to be a good choice as a very strong neutral attacker. So Dragonite with any of its dragon type movesets is going to be pretty good. Dragon Tail Outrage is going to be best, Dragon Breath Outrage is next, and then Dragon Tail, Dragon Breath, and like all of its other dragon type charge moves are not as good as those first two, but they're still good. And then if you're feeling kind of crazy and you haven't been hit by any dodge glitches, you can try to use Jinx. Jinx is actually the Pokemon that's going to take down Zapdos the fastest with its ice type moves, but it's also very weak defensively, so it's going to faint pretty quickly if you're taking a lot of damage, which you will be, because it has low defense. So for Jinx, Frost Breath Avalanche is your best moveset. Confusion Avalanche is also usable. Frost Breath Ice Punch is good, but I would probably stay away from Jinx unless you can dodge and not get hit with any glitches, because Jinx is going to go down quick. And then in terms of neutral damage, you can also use Confusion Future Sight Espeon and Alakazam, but again, they're not very tanky. They're going to go down quickly just like Jinx. So your best bets are Golem, Piloswine, Tyranitar, and Dragonite. Now real quickly, hopefully quickly, it might not be that quick, let's just talk about where you can stop powering up those counters to maximize damage. So a couple days ago, I talked about breakpoints in Pokemon GO, which are essentially the level at which your quick attack damage maxes out. This is actually not like a quick topic to go over because there are different numbers for every possible attack IV. So what I'm going to do is talk about these counters and put the numbers up on the side so you can just pause it really quickly, take a look at the chart, and see where your Pokemon's damage is going to max out based on its IVs. So starting with Golem, with Rock Throw, the most damage it can deal against Zapdos is 12. Now, you can see from the chart that it's only going to deal 12 damage if it has a 13, 14, or 15 attack IV, and it's going to need to be at least level 37.5 to do that. For any IV under 13 attack, you're actually going to max out at 11 damage, and you can stop pretty low with a lot of levels for that. Now remember, this is where your quick attack damage stops increasing. As you continue to power the Pokemon up, it will get higher defense, higher HP, and its charge move is going to deal more damage, but those are all going to be pretty small increases beyond level 30. Between level 30 and 40, you're looking at a 5 to 10% increase at most. So again, pause here, take a look at the chart, see where your Golem's attack IV is going to max out its damage, and power it up to there. You don't really need to go further than that. The next one is Tyranitar with Bite, and Bite has a really low breakpoint, so below level 30, you're going to be dealing max damage per bite. But again, with Tyranitar, its Stone Edge is going to continue to increase in damage. I would say level 30 is a pretty safe place to stop. If you already have one powered up beyond that, then good for you. It's going to deal even more damage. So for Piloswine, your Ice Shard damage is going to max out at level 30 if you have a perfect 15 attack IV. As the IV falls, you're going to have to continue powering up Piloswine to max out its Ice Shard damage. But go ahead and pause here and take a look at the chart and figure out where you need to power up your Ice Shard Piloswine to. If you have a Powder Snow Piloswine, again, it's a lot like Tyranitar, where it's going to max out very early. So pretty much level 30 is where you're going to want to stop for a Powder Snow Piloswine, but if you have fast TMs, you might as well change it over to Ice Shard, because it is going to be a better attack and give you slightly better time and damage against Zapdos. For Dragonite with Dragon Breath, again, your damage is going to max out at level 26 regardless of IVs, so you'll probably want to go to at least level 30 for Dragon Breath. With Dragon Tail, however, your damage maxes out at 13 at very high levels. So if you have perfect attack IV, you're looking at level 36.5. Anything beyond that, you're going to have to keep going. And you can't even get to 13 damage per Dragon Tail unless your attack IV is 10 or higher. So go ahead, pause, take a look. If you have a Dragon Tail Dragonite that you're going to be using against Zapdos, here are your breakpoints. Here. I'm not sure which side they're on. And of course, if you want more information on how breakpoints work, go ahead and check out the suggested video or check the link in the description. That'll give you a full explanation on how all this works in Pokemon Go. Now, with that said, I have a lot of mail left here still. I'm probably going to do a live stream tomorrow opening that because this Zapdos video is going up right away, and then I won't have anything shot and edited to upload tomorrow morning. So mail time coming tomorrow, Zapdos coming very soon. And I'll check in as soon as those raids start popping up. Alright, it's happening. It's only been about 10 or 15 minutes since I finished that last clip. I was hoping to edit and be ready for when Zapdos showed up, but they're showing up now, and I just got a tweet. There's one in Long Beach. I'm trying to find out exactly where, and I'm going to run over there, and we're going to take down this Zapdos.
They all left, man. Most of them got it.
Already? What's up, man? How's it going?
Oh,
man. Appreciate it. Alright, here it is. This is it. First Zapdos raid. There's actually a group back here. We're waiting on a couple more people. So, in about 5 minutes, we're going to go in on this Zapdos.
Is it 3 Bulbasaurs? Yeah,
they're already in.
Private or open?
Alright, here we go. We're going in. I'm going to come over here. It's just so it's a little quieter. Golem. I want my Dragonite, I want my Tyranitar, I wish I had a Piloswine. So there's 17 of us, we have a big group here. We waited a while for enough people to show up. Here we go. The way that these team emblems switch around makes it so hard to tell how many people are actually in here on Team Instinct, but it seems like there's quite a few. Team Instinct's excited. Alright, here we go. First ever Zapdos. Let's see the animations. Should be seeing 2 wing flaps for the charge move. There it is. No, never mind. Where is it? Is he gonna use a charge move? I'm still holding on to this Stone Edge, like waiting for it. Here it comes. Zap Cannon. Oh my god, this camera, let me tell you. I'm still on my first Golem. Camera overheated. It was literally sitting in the sun for like 45 seconds. I'm so glad that I'm upgrading. That camera will be here before the trip to Japan. No more overheats. I'm looking forward to that so much. Also, I'm lagging, but there we go. We got it, I think. All right, first Zapdos down. Now, here we go, here we go. 1872, that's gonna be not bad. It's definitely gonna be above 80. Remember, 1902 is perfect IVs for Zapdos. And that's, all right, 7 balls. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. Keep the camera in the shade. I'm gonna go Nana Berry on the first throw and Golden Raspberry on the rest. I just want him to stay still for a little while. And I don't know where it is in relation to Moltres and Articuno. Okay, it's definitely closer than Moltres. Wow. All right, Golden Raspberry. Don't need to throw as hard as you did for Moltres. Okay, but a little harder than that. Oh my god. No, stay still, stay still. Oh god, that was bad. It's gonna take some getting used to. 1, 2. There we go, great throw. A pretty small great throw. With the curveball and the Golden Raspberry. Got it. First Zapdos down. Look at that. How'd you guys do? Got him? Got him? Nice. I'm about to check. I'm 1872 on my CP. So, nice. 1902 is perfect. Alright, Charge Beam Zap Cannon. That's the moveset too. And it's got a 15 for HP. It's above 80. I'm stoked with that. So, the rest of this crew is continuing on to another raid. I'm so happy that I caught my first one because that means I can get home, edit this, upload it for you guys to watch, and maybe even get out and do a few more Zapdos raids before the raids disappear for the night. So, stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Good luck with your Zapdos catches. Power up your Golems, power up your Tyranitars, and I'll see you tomorrow for a mail time live stream.